Hey, this is Frank. We're looking at a 97 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo with the 5.2 V8 engine. In this video, I'm going to give you some quick tips for installing these felpro valve cover gaskets, of which there are two in the set, and one for each bank. And I'll include a link to this item in the video description. Some of the other items that you're going to want for this repair are this crankcase breather, and this PCV valve, and the grommets for the crankcase breather and the PCV valve. And I'll include links to all of these items in the description. If you're just moderately observant, there's one thing you're going to notice about this valve cover gasket, and that is one end is wide and one end is narrow. And there's nobody out there who can tell you which end goes forward in the engine and which end goes back. Keep watching and I'll give you the answer to this perplexing question. If you want this job to go as smoothly as possible, there's a few things that I suggest that you do. And if you don't feel like doing them, well, that's fine with me. You can do it however which way you want. First thing is disconnect the battery. Then unbolt the alternator and move it forward. Then also unbolt the AC compressor and move it forward. You also have to remove the cover from the throttle body and the air intake duct. And at this point, you're pretty much ready to remove the valve covers. Another thing I've done is I've zip tied these lines back here, these spark plug lines, so they're out of the way. Now for the million-dollar question. Do you want the valve cover gasket to go on this way with the wide end towards the front of the car? Or do you want it to go on this way with the narrow end to the front? Well, nobody could give me the answer to this question, so I called felpro technical support and I asked them, and they told me the reason that one end is wider than the other. And the reason is, hold on for this, the reason is they made one end wider so that they could imprint the part number and the branding on that end, and that's the only reason. So the valve cover gasket can go on either way, it does not matter. Just in case you were wondering, this is what the old valve cover gaskets looked like. They were the same front and back, and these gaskets were definitely due for replacement. Next, the grommets that go on these openings for the PCV valve and the breather. If they've been on there for a while, they are as hard as a rock, and you're going to have to use some sharp implements and some tough screwdriver or something to cut them up and pry them out. Then any little pieces that fall down under the baffle, you can shake them out and they'll come right out. So there we are with a new grommet and a new PCV valve, and the struggle it takes to remove an old hard grommet gives motivation to remove these grommets at regular intervals and replace them. In case that you have to replace any of these valve cover bolts for whatever reason, either because you've dropped them and you can't find them, or they're old and rusty and they don't look fit to be reused, you can buy sets of these quarter 20 bolts. And these bolts from Napa match exactly the original bolts, complete with the set washer. It's all put back together. Everything is back where it belongs. Alternator, AC. Here's our brand new PCV valve. And on the other side, here's our brand new crankcase breather. Good looking little feller, isn't he? I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. This is my little helper. He helps me on these jobs. One of these days, he might even learn how to drive.